They said Tehran never truly slept, but tonight the city held its breath. Every street lamp flickered like a dying heartbeat. Every alley whispered the same name, Reza. And beneath the Azadi Tower, where shadows once danced with ghosts, the hunt for the truth was about to end or begin again. Rain carved silver veins down the cracked concrete as a convoy of unmarked jeeps tore through Engelab Street. Inside the lead vehicle, Commander Parviz gripped the radio with white-knuckled tension. He's resurfaced near Azadi. The voice crackled through static. Multiple thermal signatures in the tunnels. It's him. Parviz's eyes narrowed. After all these months, he's come home. In the back seat, Mina sat silent, the ghost of exhaustion etched into her face. Her once burning determination had been replaced by something colder, purpose mixed with grief. The files they recovered in Part 3, the ones buried deep under the city, had rewritten everything they thought they knew about the Phantom. The resistance wasn't just real. It had been inside the regime all along. Beneath the city, Reza Darvishi, the man Tehran called a Phantom, stood before a wall of flickering monitors. Each screen showed a piece of a puzzle he had spent years assembling. Leaked transmissions, corrupted security feeds, evidence of betrayals that stretched to the highest echelons of power. A hidden city under the city, where truth lived in fragments of code. He watched as Mina's convoy approached on camera. For the first time in months, his voice cracked through the intercom. "You shouldn't have come, Mina." She froze, staring at the nearest speaker, rain dripping from her hair. "You left me no choice," she replied. "You said the truth would set us free, but all it did was set the city on fire." A pause, then a whisper that felt like thunder. "Sometimes fire is the only light left." Mina and Parviz descended into the maze beneath Azadi Square, a forgotten Cold War bunker system turned resistance stronghold. Every step echoed through damp corridors lined with cables and rusted gates. "Thermals reading 6 hostiles," said Parviz's lieutenant, his voice trembling. "Correction, make that 5. One just went dark." They all knew what that meant. The Phantom was near. Then, without warning, darkness. The power cut out. Only the glow of their flashlights sliced through the black. Then came the voice again, not through radios this time, but echoing through the tunnels themselves. "How many lies can a city take before it forgets the truth?" Shots erupted, muffled screams, a flash of light, and suddenly Reza stood before them. He wasn't the ghost they remembered. His face was scarred, beard grown thick, eyes burning with the kind of conviction that could start revolutions or end them. "Put down your weapon," Mina said, her voice cracking. "I already did," he replied softly. "Years ago, when I stopped believing peace was possible." The confrontation stretched like an unbroken string of tension. Every soldier's finger hovered near the trigger. Then Reza slowly reached into his coat and pulled out a small black drive, the same one Mina had risked everything to find in Part 3. "This," he said, holding it up, "contains the footage of the night the uprising began. Every order, every name. Even yours, Commander." Parviz flinched. "You're lying." Reza tossed the drive toward Mina, and she caught it instinctively. "Plug it in," he said. The nearest monitor came to life, filling the tunnel with grainy footage. The massacre at Lala Park. Parviz's voice echoed from the speakers, issuing the very command that started the bloodbath. No survivors. Mina's breath caught. Parviz stepped back, trembling. "You don't understand. It was war. Chaos. They said it was the only way to—" They said, Reza interrupted coldly, "and you obeyed, like the rest of us." Gunfire erupted, not from Reza, but from one of Parviz's men who couldn't bear the tension any longer. Bullets ricocheted off the walls, shattering the screens. In seconds, chaos consumed the bunker. Reza ducked behind a pillar, dragging Mina to cover as Parviz's men turned on each other. Years of lies had reached their breaking point. Smoke, screams, the sound of betrayal tearing the underground apart. When the gunfire finally stopped, only 3 people were left standing. Mina, Reza, and Parviz, bleeding, furious, trembling. "You think this will change anything?" Parviz spat. "The system doesn't die with men like me." Reza knelt beside him. "No," he said quietly. but it begins to die when men like you tell the truth. He held the commander's gaze until Parviz's defiance crumbled into silence. Then he handed Mina a small transmitter. Broadcast it. Let them see everything. Above ground, rain poured over Azadi Square as crowds gathered, unaware that history was about to be rewritten. In an abandoned radio tower nearby, Mina connected the transmitter to the last operational satellite link. Her hands shook as she uploaded the footage. Reza's files, the massacre, the network of corruption, everything. Once this goes live, there's no going back, she whispered. Reza looked out over the city lights. There never was. She hit send. The screens across Tehran flickered. Subway stations, cafes, airport terminals, all replaced by the haunting footage of Lala Park. The truth spread like wildfire. Gasps turned to shouts. Shouts turned to chants. And soon, the city roared with one word. Azadi. Freedom. But freedom always comes with a cost. Before Mina could power down the transmitter, a sharp crack echoed through the room. She froze, then fell to her knees. Blood bloomed across her side. Reza spun around. Standing in the doorway was Colonel Samani, the regime's enforcer, the very man who had ordered Reza's capture years ago. Did you think I wouldn't find you? Samani said, lowering his silenced pistol. You think one broadcast can undo decades of control? Reza stepped in front of Mina, shielding her. You're too late. The city's already seen. Samani smirked. Then I'll make sure they never see you. He fired again, but this time Reza moved first. The bullet struck his shoulder, spinning him backward. He fell beside Mina as she reached out weakly, pressing her hand to his wound. You told me fire was the only light left, she whispered. Then burn bright, Reza said, smiling faintly, until they remember. With his remaining strength, Reza grabbed the detonator hidden beneath the console, a fail-safe he'd built into the bunker. Samani's eyes widened. No! The explosion tore through the tunnels, shaking the ground beneath Azadi Tower. Fire shot through the vents, and a column of smoke rose like a black flag into the night. Above, the people of Tehran watched in stunned silence as the tower's lights flickered, then burned brighter than ever before, reflecting the flames below. It wasn't destruction. It was a signal. The Phantom had kept his promise. The truth would rise from beneath the city. In the chaos, emergency sirens wailed, and armored convoys flooded the square. But something had changed. The soldiers weren't moving to suppress the crowd. They were standing still, listening to the chants that echoed across the plaza. Azadi, Azadi, Azadi. Days later, Tehran awoke to a different kind of silence, the kind that comes after the storm. The regime's networks had been shattered. Files from Reza's archive had leaked worldwide. The government tried to deny everything, but the truth had already seeded rebellion in every heart. Mina survived, barely. She awoke in a safe house across the border, her body weak, her memories sharper than ever. On the nightstand beside her lay a small USB drive, engraved with a single Persian word, light. A recording played as she inserted it into a terminal. Reza's voice. If you're hearing this, it means the light hasn't died yet. Don't mourn me. Use what's left of me to keep them honest. Tears streamed down her face. She looked out the window at the rising sun over the mountains, and for the first time, she smiled. Months later, rumors spread of sightings. A figure in the southern provinces, wearing a tattered coat, helping villages broadcast their own messages of resistance. Some said it was an imitator. Others whispered it was Reza himself, the Phantom reborn. But one night, in a dim Tehran cafe, an encrypted message appeared on Mina's screen. No sender, no trace, just 3 words that froze her breath. Azadi still burns. She stared at the words for a long time, then closed her laptop with trembling hands. The cafe lights flickered, once, twice, before going out completely. Outside, thunder rumbled across the city, and somewhere in the shadows, a voice whispered, "You can kill a man, but not a movement." The streets answered in silence. The tower stood tall, and the last light of Azadi still burned. The Phantom was never one man. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more true crime story.